Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of the ALR official podcast. The F2 Cup is over. We've had some pretty good action. I've had some pretty good jump starts, and our guest has had some good racing as well. So let me introduce you my guest. This is the fourth episode, and he was fourth in the F2 Cup. He is actually supporting the fourth best team in the Premier League, that is Arsenal. And our guest today is RDO. How are you?
That's generous. Fourth best team. I like that profile picture though. Yeah, I'm good. You?
I am fine. At least fine.
It's good to hear.
Yeah. On tonight's podcast, we're going to talk about Formula 2, about ALR, and a general future tier 3, 1, 2. Yeah. Let's go to the F2 Cup. How did you find it?
I actually really enjoyed just driving in the other cars because it's something different that, I haven't driven using the F2 cars since they came out. I drove when they came out, and that's about it. I think was it last game when they added the F2 cars?
Yes.
Yeah, I drove them a bit when they came out there, and then I haven't really tried them since then. But sorry, I got distracted by VAR. So yeah, it's been nice to have something new, and I think I'm actually a bit more competitive in them as well. I was keeping up with people like Stan nice and easily, and I had some good battles with Hyped in Britain and with a bunch of other guys, and it was actually interesting to see some of the tier 3 guys and tier 2 guys keeping up with us as well, which was nice.
Yeah, we are trying our best. I think some of the tier 2 drivers should be promoted, like Matthias or who was quick but inconsistent. I forgot his name.
Pontus?
No, he is in the middle.
Igor,
and Big Bambino. They are both so quick, but they sometimes make really mad mistakes. And Jim from tier 3 also. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Jim can only do Sundays though, so he can't actually do Thursdays, unfortunately. But we might be looking at a few people being promoted from tier 2 and a few sort of switched down from tier 1, because I know Riff wants to go down to tier 2, but he's not. I know Benny wants to go down to tier 2, and I'd be alright with that, but obviously it's not just my decision, it's all 3 admins who decide the tier placement.
I mean, I understand them because last episode KP burned them in the ratings, so I would also like to go down to tier 2.
Yeah, I saw that. It was quite harsh from him.
But yeah, Formula 2, I found the cars really unstable. I've had a few spins.
I had a few spins too.
Yeah, we're gonna cover that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, I've had 2 jump starts. The first one was at Silverstone because I forgot we didn't have a formation lap. And then I just spun out and retired.
Oh god.
And then the other one was at Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah. It was lights out for me, not for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I saw there was about 3 people that jump started that, and I almost went because Hyped was next door to me, and he jump started, and I almost let go, and I was like, oh my god! And then the lights took ages after that to actually go out.
Yeah, I should make a new section for every week, 2 minutes run on Codemasters, because they are literally being funded by Formula 1, and they still cannot make a good game.
Yep,
Yeah.
and you have to have about 5 safety cars per game, which is lovely. And then when actually a safety car deserves to come out, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like there's a car parked in the middle of the track, no safety car, but someone retires, it's full safety car.
Okay, let's go on with our standings. We have Schultz winning in Brazil in the sprint race. He did some donuts on the start-finish straight.
Yeah.
That was nice, and I was still 40 seconds behind him. I spun on the last lap. Then we have Stan Rosma. He almost made it, but he had a horrendous Britain sprint race. Then we have Pontus. He was leading, I believe, after round 1, after the first day.
And round 2, yeah.
But then he just dropped off massively. Then there's you in P4. I would make an Arsenal pun, but I really don't have the energy.
You've already done it.
Yeah, you missed out on Japan, but yeah, you could have been P3 or 2, I believe. Then we have Dangerous Dove, Tambi, KP, Osvaldo Romeo. He this is a one-off for him, I believe.
Yeah, he can only make Sundays, and it's not fair to put him in tier 3 because he was in tier 1. But there was kind of a meme with Osvaldo about last season. He came 8th in like his first 5 races in season 3. So then we nicknamed him on Discord Osvaldo Romeo number 8. That's why he's got that name. No one else does, and then he comes 8th in this as well.
Yeah. Then Logan, P9. We've had them on the podcast. Then P10 is Shabi, my teammate from tier 3. Then we have Hatari. Is that how you pronounce it? He only took part on day 1. Then we have Los Alejos. He only scored Belgium, and then the rest was a little pointless. Haha. Then we have Morris Guy. He took part on day 2 and scored 13 points. Then we have Eli P14. He was there or thereabout. I've had some really good racing yesterday with him. Then we have Josh. I've overtaken him because he spun in cops, and that was scary for me. Igor P16, 6 points. That's a bit low for Igor.
Yeah, that's surprising. I saw him towards the front quite a few times. I think in Brazil, I was battling with him towards the front, and in Britain, I think he qualified quite high as well.
And then we have WLK. He was disqualified from the F2 Cup, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah.
Yeah, Banhammer.
Then we have Erminator 3. Okay, I'm missing a 1. P18, 1 point in Japan in the feature race.
Let's go.
And then we have Williams P19, 0 points, and Wide Load Billy with 0 points. He struggled. He had some really big moments.
Yeah, I don't think he enjoyed the F2 cars as much as the normal ones. I think he was saying that in the chat as well, and he didn't have a setup for Brazil because he thought it was Belgium. No,
Bahrain.
Yeah.
Let's now go on to the analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the start. Oh, we have Blue Gene also. Let's hear it first.
All the lights are on, and okay, we're already off. That was a little bit of a weird start, but Pontus Johansson gets a decent start as Agalos is already alongside him.
Okay, now I'm gonna mute Blue if I can. Yes, I can. Now talk me through what happened here.
So I'm assuming you could actually hear that because I couldn't hear what Blue was saying.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I mean, there was a bit of an incident at the start, and then Is this me going around the outside of Igor at Eau Rouge? Yeah, I was happy with that move. I actually forgot about it. I forgot about doing it, and then someone messaged it in the chat. They were like, "Oh, Audio, nice move at Eau Rouge." I was like, "What?" And then I looked back at the stream. I was like, "Oh my god, I actually did that." But yeah, there was a bit of an incident on the inside.
Yeah.
At turn 1, and then I just got a good run on Igor, got in the slipstream, and then pulled out and went for it.
How was the accident on the start of the Camel Straight for you? That was I believe WLK being hit by someone.
I think it was Agalos and Hyped.
Yeah.
Because I think I remember going through Hyped's ghost car. So it was okay. I could just go straight through because he was ghosted.
Yeah, he disconnected.
Did he?
Yeah. That's the only reason, because he was ghosted, because with the F2 cars, ghosting is broken. I've had 4 accidents with not ghosted cars.
Well, that could have been really bad for me then. Because I literally went straight through his car.
Yeah. The other one. Here are you running wide. And being passed by Oswaldo.
Pushed wide.
Okay, pushed wide. You got pushed wide. Then you go side by side with Pontus. You have the inside line. And then I don't really know what happened here. But he just coasted through.
Yeah. He just reset onto the track, but luckily he was still ghosted. I think it was KP and Los Alexos that had the incident.
Was it a little scary in the wet?
I actually adapted really well in this. I mean, my start was dreadful. I think I lost about 2 places off the start. Just because I was using no traction for this, and it was so difficult to get the power down in the wet. You had to get up to about 4th gear before you could get even to like half throttle. So I lost like 2 or 3 places at the start, and then just outbroke everyone. I went round the outside of everyone, I think, and then got back up to about P3, and then almost up to P2 at the end of the straight, which you saw, and then it was really slippery in the wet. I think I had a few moments where I almost lost it, but managed to keep it on the road. And I guess we'll get to see what happens.
Not really. But you went on to win the race, I believe, yeah.
Went on to dominate the race.
What happened to me was, after turn 1, there was a massive car park, and no car was ghosted. I had belief in the game that it would ghost the cars actually, but it didn't, and I crashed and I broke my wing. I don't know how I didn't break my car. I was able to. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You see, I'm 7 seconds behind, and it's lap 1.
Yeah. I can't read that, but yeah.
Oh, you can't read that. You're on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's now go to Japan. You didn't take part here, but I have some amazing racing from my side here with Igor for P13. I passed him lap 3 in the sprint race because he had no traction coming out of the hairpin. And he just couldn't pass me. I don't know how. In the sprint race, I run 7-7 wings. I literally just said I want to enjoy sector 1. And that's why I went for 7-7. And I was a dog in the straight line. And you're about to see that. This is the last lap. Sort of a nice line here.
Oh, he's well far back as well. How many tenths is that? Like 3 tenths?
3-4 tenths, and now we
already
we run side by side.
Yeah, that's a nice move. Oh.
And here I have better braking. I could have turned in here, but I know I would have wiped him out. And then I had to cut, and I just gave up the position.
How did you not get a corner cut for that?
Because I slowed down enough.
Did you? Okay.
But the corner cutting is also mad at this game. You can't use the curbs.
Yeah.
Brazil.
There's like one corner per track where you can use the curb.
Yeah. Brazil, don't even try.
Brazil turn 2 is horrible for corner
And turn
turn.
5, turn 6 as well. Yeah.
Turn 5. The one at the top of the hill, like
yeah,
yeah.
the right-hander.
Okay.
Where we had
Yeah.
a side-by-side action with Billy.
Did I?
Yeah, you did. Okay.
Okay, nice.
We have Silverstone now.
Is it bad that I don't remember Silverstone being wet?
What's this? This is not bad. I mean, this is good. Okay. What? Okay, my PowerPoint skills are not on point. Oh, here. Now, you and KP.
Right there.
I'm gonna turn off Blue Gen.
Just tune in.
Yep. So the rear out of this, wait, where are we on the track? This is like
turn 3.
sector 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rear out of this corner here was absolutely
Yeah.
disgusting. I managed to get the move done, but I kept on like losing the rear here and then not cutting the corner. But I got forced wide on the corner there by Stan. But yeah, I don't really remember this battle if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, this is side by side. Then you get the inside line, and then it's.
This is with KP and Stan, yeah.
Yeah. Now you're going towards cops on. You're
no.
not going towards cops.
That's why I don't remember it.
Yeah, you're not going towards cops.
I erased that from my memory when that happened.
You really wanted to take the pit lane.
Oh yeah,
I
was trying to get so early on the power there to get that move done, and yeah, you can't do that in the wet, unfortunately. It was a good battle up to that.
Yeah, it was a pretty good battle, and another good battle. That's why I love Silverstone.
Yeah, Silverstone is insane for battles. Silverstone and Belgium, I think, are my favorite
I
tracks.
think the DRS here.
In terms of battles, I think
definitely,
Italy is my favorite in general. But yeah,
My favorite track is Austria.
it's a good track too. Yeah, so this one it was just like Oswaldo went a bit wide, and then I was around the outside of Hyped, got a better exit than him, and then I got the slipstream as well.
Yeah, the same thing basically. You only don't spin here. Oh, through cups. Nice. Side by side.
Yeah,
And then Maggots and Beckett's.
And you got the traction around the outside, and then I got a run here again, coming out of Chapel, but I wasn't quite able to get past him. I think he had lower wings than me because he was so fast on the straights.
This was nice.
Yeah, I sort of had to back out because I wasn't far enough around the outside to really get him. I thought about maybe going down the inside here into Vale because I've tried that a few times and it's worked out well for me. And then I thought this was the last lap. And
I've stopped here. Yeah, I've stopped here. I didn't want to slaughter you more.
Thank you.
You were making friends with the wall, like, yeah. Let's now go to Brazil. And this is why I hate the F1 game here.
Move down the inside.
Let's turn off blue again. Yeah, look at this here. Crash here, and yeah, I'm ghosted, but they aren't ghosted, and yeah, but you went around here without making something, and then blue said, yeah, audio was really clean there, and then you wiped someone out. What happened there?
I think I was going round someone, and then like me and Tambi were both going round someone, and then I just thought, Tambi might as well just pit. So, now's the best lap for Tambi to pit. So I showed him the pit entry. But yeah, no, I obviously didn't mean to do it. We just sort of both went round the car and then like came into one lane. And somehow I saved it. I mean, come on, that shows skills. But saving it in 6th gear, I think I lost a position or two from that, but Tambi was forced into the pit, so it was quite funny. He just slid into the pit lane backwards, I think.
And Brazil going down the inside into turn 1 is really satisfying.
Yeah, Brazil is such a good track for overtakes again. we had like a really good combination of tracks here.
Yeah.
They really suit the F2 cars as well. And Brazil, this race was so good. I think I got so many overtakes because I was right at the back and had the reverse strategy. So I just sort of started picking off people, and then my tyres got a bit better as the softs started to wear off. I had a really good battle with, I think, Igor around halfway through, and then I overcut him. And I don't know if you have some more clips maybe to show something of that.
I have from the sprint race.
From the sprint race, yeah. I overcut Igor and came out just behind Oswaldo. And then eventually I got past Oswaldo, and I think I came third because Morris guy had a 6-second penalty, and I was just pushing like crazy to get in within that.
Yeah, from this moment here, I had to pit. I mean, I wanted to pit. I have two yellow wings, and I wanted to change my wing, but the game didn't do it. And I was like, yeah, never mind. I'm just gonna drive. And then
Did you put it onto like auto change your wing or like?
No, it was yes.
Oh wow!
And then I spun again, and I was like, now I'm coming in. Putting on some softs, going for the fast lap, and it doesn't change it again. And I was really shocked by the game.
So nice.
Yeah. Yeah, and the next one is from the sprint race, lap 2, you and Billy battling.
Yeah, the game put me on mediums here, like, I don't know why. Which was quite mean, quite not nice of the game. But is this me on the inside here?
Yeah. Quite a nice move.
Look at that absolutely incredible drive.
Yeah. Absolutely incredible. F2 Cup was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was something different. I think maybe we'll have something, another event towards the end of the season, maybe around Christmas time. But until then, it's 8 races of sadness for me in Tier 1 at the back. But
yeah, let's just make sure we never ever put Vietnam on the calendar again.
Oh, I don't go into that track ever again.
Yeah. Let's now talk about ALR. When you told me you didn't create ALR, when did you take over? When was that?
Well, I became like an admin because the original owner, was a guy called Tiny Meerkat, and he set things up for season 1. He started setting things up, and then he needed some more help. So me and Dougie Dude, who's a Tier 1 driver, we both sort of, said we'll help out. We got time to, why not? And then Dougie Dude was just away making YouTube compilations, and I was sort of like helping, I guess, with like placements and like hosting the lobby. And then eventually that Tiny Meerkat guy, I won't get into why, but he did some stuff, and we decided, well, quite a lot of the people decided that they didn't want him to be part of it, and then we sort of went away from him, and then me and Dougie sort of set up season 2, and then me and Boomer just thought for season 3, let's, why not get it back going again, to sort of bridge the gap into the new game. And then we've carried on into season 4 because we used to race on a different league just before, like, last game pretty much, and we just thought things with that weren't quite going so well. Like some of the owners' decisions and stuff were a bit dodgy and stuff like that, and we decided, why not just keep it going? Like, the interest has been really good. We had crazy number of sign-ups from season 3 to season 4. And it's just been really nice to see it sort of grow and develop.
Do you think we'll get a 4th tier next season?
I mean, we've got about 10 people on the waiting list, or we had about 10 people on the waiting list, but now I think there's about 6 on the waiting list, with 4 reserves in each tier. So that would actually be 18 drives. So potentially there's enough for a 4th tier, but would you
And
want to
in the
would you want to have like 4 tiers with no reserves and then maybe only get like 15 drivers per race type thing? I think for now we're probably going to keep to 3 unless we get a few more.
Yeah, I think in the off season we'll expand.
Yeah, and it depends how long the off season is as well. If we wait till after Christmas or if we start a few rounds before Christmas for the next season, because the season finishes end of November, so we should have sort of a big wait before the new season, or start it nice and early, and then maybe get 2 more seasons on this game before the new game. But
yeah,
we've got a while to think about that yet.
And what about the consoles? The next game will be on PS5.
Will it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not buying a PS5 yet. I'm only going to get it when the new F1 game comes out because I'm poor.
I think it's gonna be like for both PS4 and 5, and
Okay.
you'll be able to play this year's game on the PS5 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know. Last time when they switched from PS3 to PS4, they actually like kept 2 games on PS3 after
Yeah.
the PS4 came
Yeah,
out. Like they made 2 more games before they switched over. So I was wondering if maybe they was going to do that again, but I don't know. So.
And what about the name? Did you change the name when you took over?
No.
No, it's Aero League Racing from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a season 1 montage on YouTube from the old channel. If you want to go watch it, like the name's the same. You can find it.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it definitely. Yeah, it's slightly confusing when I search on YouTube ALR. There's some woman having a disease. And I always had to type in Aero League and then racing comes up.
Yeah. I think I can just type AE and then it's like there straight away.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was always typing Aero L and then it comes up. Yeah. Let's now. Oh, do you think about demoting yourself from tier 1 to tier 2 after being rated 0 from the commentator?
I think quite clearly his rating suggests that I need to be in tier 2.
Yeah. Maybe create your own tier, then you might win some races as well.
We had that meme before the season that there was going to be a tier 4 with just like a few of us that didn't want to get beat by some of the faster guys in tier 1, because some of the guys in tier 1 are like incredible. The pace that they sort of show, like we were just talking before about how Singapore, I'm a casual 2 seconds off the pace right now after not driving F1 cars since Vietnam. So yeah, I'm used to the F2 cars now, and it's actually like made me so bad.
Yeah, I've played a lot of how's it called, project cars, yeah, and then when I switched back to the F1 game, I was nowhere.
Oh yeah,
the
honestly,
physics are
playing a different racing game makes you so bad at like both of them. Because I used to play a lot of Gran Turismo Sport, and it meant that whenever I'd come back to F1, I would be useless, and then it would take me like about half an hour to get back up to speed.
Yeah. And there was an idea in the Discord server coming up about the race of champions. Would you actually like to do that?
Yeah, I'd be down to do it, but
100% race.
Yeah, I'd be down. It depends if we were to do it now or if we were to just do like one big one at the end of the game cycle, though. Because if you did it at the end of the game cycle, you'd be able to get like the winner from each season, and maybe like second place from each season as well.
Yeah,
and then a few wild cards or something like that. But if you did it on this game, you'd have to pick like the top 3 from each tier if you did this season. So yeah, it's something to think about. But the end of the season isn't for another 2 months now, so we've got a way to go.
Yeah. Let's now jump to the general talk about the next race and the next race in real life. Firstly, let's stay with the game. What do you think about Singapore as a track? How are you doing there? And yeah, what do you expect?
Well, in general, I quite enjoy Singapore,
Yeah.
but as I said, I haven't driven in a while, and I'm not very quick right now, so I'm not expecting anything major. I'd take points. Points would be lovely.
I love the track, and I'm for tier 3, I believe, pretty quick. I still have like half a second, surely, in my time trial.
Yeah, I think I saw Eli was quite quick as well. Because I've been watching some of the tier 3 races, because I tend to be off on Sundays, and I have time to just stick them on in the background.
We've had like only 2 drivers have won 2 races, and
yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I think that's similar in tier 1 as well. I know Ladamala's won 3 races, but I think apart from that, everyone's only won 1 race. Apart from maybe Tambi's won 2 as well. Yeah, Tambi's won 2 and Ladamala's won 3, and then everyone else just won 1.
Okay. And you're a steward. How hard is it to make decisions on incidents?
Well, it depends on the incident, obviously, because some of them are pretty clear cut. No further action or an easy 5-second penalty, but then you do get some where it takes a while for people to reply, and then you need to have a vote because the viewpoints are a bit mixed, and sometimes you yourself aren't sure, and then you have to like just have a chat with the other guys, and then you can either say that you're indifferent between 2 points or say which one you think. And for the most part, we come to a majority because there's normally 5 of us that vote, and then we have one steward that we sort of have to message separately whenever a steward is involved in an incident to get that deciding vote, which is quite a good method, I think, and it works quite well for us.
And how hard was it? Like, what steps did you take to give race driver a race ban or 3 race ban and 8 penalty points? How much did you discuss on that?
How much did we discuss? I don't know how far up. In the steward's chat, to be honest, I think it's quite far up. There was quite a bit.
Can you repeat? We lost you, or your microphone went silly. Yeah, can you repeat now?
So yeah, I think there was quite a lot of discussion. It's quite a way up in the chat, so I don't really know how far up. But yeah, so it went off from like people just saying, "Oh yeah, it's a big pen." At least like a quaddy ban. Some people saying, "Oh, are you sure it shouldn't be a full ban, like a Kimpy ban or a season ban, type thing?" And then we sort of averaged it down to voting between like a 3 race ban or a season ban, and then that's what we went with. And then we went for a big penalty point boost just so that he would sort of learn his lesson and be on a tightrope, and that if he gets 2 more penalty points, that could be it for him.
Yeah, in my opinion, a season ban would be too much, because as intentional as it wasn't that intentional, because he was struggling in the wet and without brake assist, and yeah, he's like used to assists.
Yeah, but it's not just about whether it's intentional or not. It's also that a few corners before he was messing about as well, and then he sort of tried to play it off and blag it off that he didn't mean to do it, and that he lost the rear when you can see him wiggling about and all that. So it's just a prime example of where if you're honest, then you can have a lesser penalty, because I think there was an example in tier 3 where Xabi took someone out. I can't quite remember who it was, but he broke deep and took someone out. But then I think it was Agalas actually. But then he let them go and sort of owned up to his mistake, and he was like, "Oh, sorry, I apologize for that. And then he didn't get a penalty, whereas if he would have just carried on, it would have been an instant penalty. So it just shows that sort of sportsmanship does help your case.
Like Danny Rick. Daniel, you have a 5-second penalty. Okay, I'll just drive faster.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
Yeah. And what do you think about the next race in real life?
I think it's going to be a cracker. Nürburgring, and the weather is set to be raining.
Yeah, it's freezing now. It's 2 degrees.
Yeah, I saw the weather forecast was supposed to be 8 degrees and raining, so that would be really nice to see that. It would be something completely different. Like, we haven't seen anything like that in a while in F1. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time it was that cold and raining in a race.
Yeah, I'm going to the race.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Must be a good one to watch.
I was the first one. I was among the first ones to get the tickets when they were cheap. They were like 90 euros.
Wow.
And now they're 250. Yeah.
Turkey was really cheap.
Yeah, £3 or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like £3 for the cheapest tickets. And the thing is, you can get flights from the UK to Istanbul at that time for like £30 as well. So I was like, oh my god, I should have bought tickets for this, but they were sold out by the time I'd seen.
Yeah, I really don't know about the security of the Turkish Grand Prix, because we may have some terrorist attacks in the next few weeks with the situation there.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Nürburgring.
I would be if I was going. Like, I'm looking forward to it anyway.
It's such a good track, and then you can drive the Nordschleife as well. It's like mind blowing.
Yeah, it's such a good track. I don't like. It's really frustrating that it's not on the calendar anymore. I prefer it to Hockenheim, I think.
Yeah, as well.
But they're both good tracks. It is a shame that we don't have a German Grand Prix. Like,
money.
Yeah, but still, it would be nice just to have one.
Yeah, and what do you think about the almost oval Bahrain circuit?
I'm not sure. I think that's either going to be a crazy race or a boring as hell race. I think it's going to go either like one of two ways, but it's going to be mad in terms of lapped cars when you consider that it's 55-second laps. I think they're predicting.
Yeah.
But it should be, I reckon, a good chance for teams like Renault maybe to get on the podium, maybe Williams to get points, with it being pretty much all straights and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think if they're going to have a good chance, it's going to be around there.
Yeah, in Russia, Max was losing 7/10 to Hamilton in the first sector.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And imagine in Bahrain with the massive straights. There's like 4 corners there, and they're not really that hard for any car.
Imagine how slow the Ferrari ones are going to be with their engines, and then like Albon is going to be terrible because he's terrible. What? Yeah, that's
the next topic I want to bring.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, so now, who will be in the Red Bull next season, and who will be in the AlphaTauri? Did Albon justify with his podium in Mugello?
No. If he didn't get a podium in that car, there would have been a big problem. Like, he had no one competing with him, really. It was Danny Ricciardo was the next best car.
I mean, he didn't justify it for us, but maybe for Marco and for Horner.
I mean, obviously it's going to be Max in the Red Bull. I reckon Gasly will stay in the AlphaTauri. I don't think they'll promote him because they've dropped him before, and I don't see them bringing him back up, even though I think he should be, like 100%. But I don't know. I don't even know if Gasly would want to go back up because of how they treated him. I think
if I were Gasly, I wouldn't go to the Red Bull purely because the Red Bull is all Max, and you
Yeah.
need like Michael Schumacher and 2 times better to be able to drive that car. It's good, I believe.
Yeah,
It's-
I think it would be a better option for him to try and get a move to somewhere like Renault in a few seasons, or someone like a Racing Point maybe. Alpine and Aston Martin.
Yeah.
I'd
yeah.
guess Red Bull would be Albon and Max still, and then I could see Yuki Tsunoda coming up with Pierre Gasly in AlphaTauri.
I read a tweet today, like Yuki Tsunoda won't be able to finish one season in Formula One because he's too short to reach the pedals.
How tall is he?
He's 161 in meters. I don't know how big that is in.
It's like 5'3".
Yeah, 5'3".
5'3", 5'4", something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's small.
I literally laughed for 5 minutes straight after seeing that tweet, and yeah, I followed the guy instantly. Yeah, and what do you think about Mick Schumacher? Will he be in the Alpha?
I asked this question on the interview post, didn't I? Talking about Alpha's next team, and I saw someone put, was it Kvyat and Giovinazzi?
Kvyat? No.
Yeah, I think it was Chu. I think he said Kvyat and Giovinazzi in the Alfa Romeo. I'm like, what?
That's not happening. It's gonna be Kimi or Gio and then Mick.
Yeah. I said Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher. That's what I think will happen. I think Kimi's gonna. I think this is the last season for Kimi.
Yeah, I think Giovinazzi hasn't justified his place that much.
I don't think he's that good. I think he's probably one of the worst drivers on the grid. Like, no offense to him.
Yeah, it might as well be the China race that he did in 2017. He was really bad there, but I don't think he's that good for him to.
I mean, I think you've got like Albon, the worst, obviously, and then
why is everybody hating Albon? I really think the most part of him being bad is the Red Bull car.
No, it's not. Like, come on.
It is.
Facts. Where did you come in Russia?
P10.
P10 in a Red Bull.
Yeah, put Hamilton in that car, he would be like P7 at best.
Yeah, but he finished 90 seconds behind Max. He almost got lapped by Bottas.
Yeah, Gasly was lapped by Verstappen last year in Austria as well.
That's Austria, not Russia. He was almost lapped in Russia.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But yeah, I think Gasly got moved into Red Bull too early last season. I think another season they should have waited, but they didn't really have an option.
Yeah.
Did they? So just stick with him, man. Like, Drive to Survive was so sad. Everyone felt sorry for Pierre.
Yeah. And the next season we have Russia with Mercedes. I'm gonna bleep this out. Fucking up. in Russia. Slightly.
Netflix needs to be with Mercedes all the time. Makes it so much more interesting.
Don't do that to me. I'm a Mercedes fan.
Oh, are you? See, I'm a Lewis fan, but even though, well, not a Lewis fan, but like my favorite drivers are Lewis, Leclerc, and Gasly. So
yeah.
I'm not sure what order. I don't really have an order. It's just those three.
And there's 2 more drivers that need to be in Formula One, but they aren't. That's why we need an 11th team. Schwartzman needs another year in Formula 2, I believe.
Who do you think?
Perez and Hülkenberg.
Oh, I think meant like different drivers. It would be so good. I think meant like F2 drivers, sorry, but it would be so good just to see a few more teams. I know I read some articles that there was 2 teams that were trying to come in.
But now they have to pay money to go in, and that's not good. I mean, it's good for Formula 1, but it's not good for the teams.
it would be so good. Could you imagine 26 cars?
Yeah.
13 teams. You could have like, I don't know, Eilert and Schwartzman on a team, and then like Perez and Hulkenberg on a team, and then like
Magnus and Grosjean.
no new drivers. Guan Zhou and
Eilert?
Nico Rosberg on a team.
Nico Rosberg.
That was the only person.
He's a young guy. He's talented. I've seen him in karts. He should get promoted.
I think he might get a World Drivers' Championship one day. He's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe we went through the podcast really nicely. I don't know, my English broken. I've had an English exam today. I am sad.
Oh, I've had 3 tests. So I win.
I forgot how to say opportunity.
Oh, in my A-level French exam, I said mistakes in English. So yeah.
Oh my god.
I forgot the word for mistakes, and then the irony is the word for errors is the same in English and French. So
Okay.
said that.
This was the fourth episode of. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Who will win? What do you think?
I mean, it's about to start in 10 minutes time. Like, you could have just asked me in an hour and a half, and then I could have acted like I was some insane mind reader. I could have been like, boom, Aubameyang will score in the 12th minute overhead kick.
Who will win?
I hope Arsenal. I hope.
Score?
What do I think, or what do I hope?
What do you?
What does my head say, or what does my heart say?
Both. Let's do both.
Okay, Dream World, Arsenal win 3-2. What do I actually think? I'm gonna say 1-1, but I'm gonna say 3-2. We'll say 3-2. That's the one we'll put because I'm a crazy Arsenal fan.
Okay, and my prediction is 3-1 for Liverpool.
Who do you actually support? Don't say Bayern Munich.
Nope, Nuremberg.
Oh, okay.
They are in the second league.
Yeah. Do they still have that Isaac striker?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
but in the Premier League, when I was 3 years old, it was the relegation battle with Aston Villa, Wigan, Portsmouth, and Hull.
Yeah.
And I kind of like all of those teams.
Yeah.
Well, Aston Villa, I'd say Aston Villa, and then from the big ones, not City, not United, not Liverpool. It would have to be Chelsea or West Ham.
What?
Yeah.
West Ham are not a big team.
From the London teams, then.
Okay.
Chelsea or West Ham.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm really trying to move to London. But I'm not successful.
I would love that, but it's expensive as hell.
Yeah. Okay, then. That was it for the ALR podcast. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a good time. And I hope you won't kick me from the Discord server and from the league because I slaughtered Arsenal. I'm just taking them as a meme team now.
We really are. Like, who else is a bigger meme team than us?
Tottenham at the moment.
Yeah, but they're not a proper team. Like, they're irrelevant.
Hashtag United. they
also irrelevant.
They were created with meme in mind. Yeah, that was it for this episode. See you next week, where we'll discuss the hottest race in the year. It's Singapore, and yeah, thanks for joining us. See you next week.